What's up, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of that Dynamite review show on the Tricology News Talk. And with me, as always, is my co-host with the most, my brother from another mother, Mr. Leland Benford. What's up, bro?
Yo, what is up, everybody? It is Thursday, so you know what that means. Another AEW review. And last night episode was a banger. And I'm looking forward to kind of talking and breaking down some of this stuff. Man, I can tell you, man, this new look, this new setup, this new way of telling stories is working for me, man. Each week is just, I feel like they're just more of a well put together show. It's not, I feel like they find out what worked for them. They kind of took from other shows, and now they have something that's really just working for them. And I can tell the audience participation is up, and I think just they really found their groove, so to speak.
Oh yeah, they definitely got their groove on, especially with the last of a couple shows. Now I think this is that time for the next a couple of shows to start heading into to Revolution. Was this March 5th? We already got the confirmation on the main event, but now it's that time to which other matches going to be added on the Revolution. Some of the matches we got some clues of what's going to happen, which we're going to talk about a little later. But nonetheless, very good banger show. And then we got, and speaking of bangers, we had one banger to open up the show. Is our AEW World Champion MJF going against Coach Dave Takesha. And oh my God, like, man, listen.
Two young bulls. Takesha is 27, MJF is 26. I mean, you got the future of our business right there in that one match, and they killed it.
Like, in this match, I know we pitched MJF to be that wrestle like Ric Flair, that technical wrestler type, but this man was doing flips. I'm like, am I watching an MJF match or I'm watching
Ricochet? Now, MJF is definitely a talented wrestler. I mean, his style is definitely his own. I mean, he's you don't expect him to do some of these things, and then when he does it really well.
Yeah, like both of these men are in their early 20s. Like they got a long way to go, especially Takesha. I always say, like, put this man in a TNT championship run or a freaking All Atlantic championship run, like just let him go with it. And just let him go.
Yeah, I mean, the champ is the ring general of this match. He was, calling the shots, and Takesha was a good player with them. I mean, these guys could have a really good rivalry. This could be the next Flair and Steamboat type situation here. I mean, they have really good chemistry in the ring. I mean, there was no big accidents or mistakes. Everything felt like a main event. This was a main event opener for sure. And I love when AEW does these main event openers. They're always a good way to start the show. But no, we got Max doing some old school heel techniques with the raking of the back and all these things, but he's also doing some new school flips when Takesha took him up to the top of the rope and he went for the clothesline, and Max flipped out of that and followed it up with a super kick. That's something Ric Flair could never do. That's for damn sure, because it just wasn't thought of in his time. But no, these guys had really good chemistry in the ring. Takesha looked it great, and I think he served Maxwell, to be a good partner in the ring with. So yeah, looking more from these young dudes, man. Young cats, 27 and 26 in the ring. So definitely the future of AEW and the future of our of the sport that we like.
Yeah, so like in the final moments of the match, both men traded strikes until Kateska tried a Hurricanrana, but MJF countered into a powerbomb on his knee, and MJF clutched his own knee and ran right into a blue thunderbomb for 2. as Takeshita followed up with his pump knee, but MJF got the rope break. Takeshita missed the Sentai accumulator as MJF snack in the salt of the earth again, repositioned the crack back at the arm until Takeshita tapped. And then after the match, MJF got his diamond ring from the ref, pied it into Takeshita's face, which had busted him open. And then Brian Danielson spread out, but the damage was done. And Takeshita was left laying there, all bleeding up. So, and this will lead into the when we get into the Brian Danielson and Roosh match. But again, a banger to open the show, and and right later on, MJF gonna be doing a little storytelling for us, which we'll get to that in a second.
Throughout the whole episode. Also, real quick, just a real cool moment with Takesha doing the Eddie Guerrero shimmy and the shake, and then going for the frog splash in his El Paso, Texas home. So the crowd really liked that, and we got a chance of Eddie soon afterwards. So I thought that was a really cool moment.
Yeah, it was definitely a cool moment there. And then so moving on, we got a video package showing Samoa Joe talk about regaining the TNT title last week. He mentions Wardlow wanting to take his TNT title from him, but he will take everything for Wardlow in return. So like we said before, we are getting Samoa Joe versus Wardlow for the TNT championship. But but how do we get there now? Like, how we can make this more interesting, like we did the last time?
I mean, now Wardlow has short hair. There you go. Interesting. But I want to see like what story they tell along the way. Like, I just came across a botch from the Bunny and Hater. I'm jumping ahead a little bit, recapping some of these matches. But no, yeah, it'd be interesting to see what's going to happen with Joe and Wardlow, because I mean Wardlow was gone for a minute, so we'll see what happens next.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. So, like I said, we got a couple weeks to Revolution, and we need to start hyping this thing up. So moving on, we got another tighter eliminator match with the AEW Women's World Champion Jamie Hayter versus the Bunny. I don't know why this match happened, so I'm just shoot straight onto it. Jamie Hayter wins and defeat the Bunny, so don't care. But after the match, Renee Paquette was showing backstage with Tony Storm and Saraya, who called Hayter a loser before calling in Living Bates. I don't know who that is, but Saraya and Storm attacked Bates, spraying paint with an L on her like they just did with the Renegade Twins on Rampage this past week. Said they're here to make friends. They're here to take over. So, like I said before, there's no one I see being a legit contender for Jamie Hayter other than Saraya. That's what I see going into Revolution. And then we can continue on going into the when we get to the next Blood and Guts event, then that's when you're gonna have the AEW originals versus the outsiders.
Yeah, I think it was messed up. They had the, jump all over, leave a base like that. The Light Baron ain't be getting no love. But I do like seeing like the green spray paint. It kind of remind me of DX meets NWO there. So I would like to see the loser gimmick may actually work, because it's something that we haven't seen in a long time. Also, I think it was with the Jamie Hayter fight, with the match, right? I think they ended, and I think there was a lot of time left over. Maybe they ended early because AEW usually doesn't do the camera that follows the winner up back the ramp. But they did that last night, and I noted that because I'm like, I don't really see that normally. So maybe they had more time in the match and they ended early, and they needed to fill some time up, but they normally don't follow the winner up the ramp. But yeah, I think the LL, the loser, could be something that works, especially with that green spray paint. Because when I saw it, it was nostalgia of like DX and NWO all in one. So if it's going to happen in a female school, in a women's group or a women's faction, that could work. That could be kind of cool.
Yeah, but for right now, they are called the Outsiders. So we're gonna get we're gonna keep that name for now on.
Yeah, but remember the original Outsiders, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, ended up being the NWO. So there could be a little hint there of what may happen. What if, ooh, what if they follow the NWO storyline and they have the Outsiders create havoc, and then Soraya and Tony Storm is jumping on Hayter, and then what if Hayter comes? What if Britt comes down to save Hayter, and Britt turns on Hayter, and then the new group is Britt, Soraya, and Tony, and then they have a new name. That could happen. That's something that's possible. That will follow the NWO storyline to a T, pretty much. So, well, I'm interested to see what's happening here and see if it continues on, or if Ruby comes down to save Britt and Hayter, and then Ruby turns on him. But I kind of see that coming though. But the spray paint is green. Ruby has a green gimmick. Soraya has a green gimmick. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Feels kind of weird, but we'll see how that happens. I think when they do the turn on Brett, I think it needs to matter most when we're not because they should have done it way before then. But right now we're in the storyline with the AEW original versus the Outsiders. I don't think it's the right time to do it right now because I do see Jamie Hayter having at least a good, maybe a long, decent the title run with the championship. So once they finish off, maybe they could do like with the AEW's originals losing to the Outsiders, maybe there could be a miscommunication with Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker. Like it's gotta mean something because they teased it before back at All Out, but now like how we can make this more reasonable and more believable for them to go along with this. But they got plenty of time. They got plenty of time to do it, even though they should have done before. But now it's got to mean something again. It's got to mean something.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But moving on to this next segment, which I think was probably a talked about, very much talked about segment in the story that came from MJF.
Yep, and MJF was like the next year that, come on, sweetheart, say, come on, sit down. Let me tell you a story. Let me tell. As and so like Alexi then went into MJF. He wanted. He said to Kesha wasn't a match for the generational talent like himself. MJF doesn't know if people hate him just because he's twisted, or he just been twisted because they hate him. So he tells the story about how in high school he got into a car accident with a girl he liked, and he mentioned the girl's name was Liv. So I was like, hold up. Are we talking Liv Morgan here? Are we talking here? Because even though Liv Morgan is blonde, but the girl he mentioned was like I think it was dark hair, but like it could be another Liv. I don't know. But
I mean, Liv could be naturally a brunette. She just dyes her hair or wear wigs. So
yeah, and then she cracked her head on his windshield, and when met with adversity and the cops came, he switched seats with her to make it look like she was driving. In this life, there are winners and losers. Tonight, he will expose Brian Danielson for the loser that he is. MJF said, I am a scumbag, and I'm damn proud of it. And then Excalibur say, MJF is officially the worst person in the world. In the world.
Yeah, that story was crazy. Also, like, is that against the law? Also, is that girl okay? You know, did she have brain damage? You know, like, what's happening here? Did that girl survive? Uh, can she walk? What happened? You know, like, I think that story was a little out there, but I think you got a lot of people probably on the internet looking up crashes in his district at that time and everything to see if this is a real story. And also, if it was a real story and that girl is real and is maybe some girl that he, you know, knew in his hometown, how terrifying to hear that when she was unconscious, he switched her over. You know, that would be horrible. That'd be horrible for his personal life if he ever told that story and it actually happened. So hopefully this was all just a fictitious story. But definitely you still got to be a sick SOB to even think about a story like that. So it was still a great promo. But again, this was MJF getting more screen time, man. I guess they said, listen, if we're not going to pay for you in 2024, we're going to work the hell out of you in 2023. Because this is not the last time we hear from MJF this night.
That boy probably going to the E in 2024.
I mean, probably. So if I was Tony Khan, if I knew that, shoot, you know what I would do? Honestly, if I was Tony Khan, I would work the hell out of MJF. I would squeeze every dime I could, and shirts and everything. And he will be at house shows and live events. And when it's time to bid or renew contract, if he's talking about this bidding war, I wouldn't even bid. Whatever WWE offers him the first time would be the offer because I wouldn't even bid. I'll say thank you for your service. You have a great day, and I'll take all the money I made off his ass and I invest in some new talent like he's already doing. So I mean, Christian Cage kind of showed that somebody can fill that MJF spot. I mean, he came out and started doing the exact same kind of promo. So I mean, at the end of the day, he's a hell of a talent. He's gonna be a draw no matter where he is. But I'll just let him go.
Well, we know for sure MJF ain't losing that championship until 2024. He even had it. I forgot to mention he even had it on his trunks. 2024.
Yeah, 2024.
So that can give you a hit. Like how long he gonna be holding that AEW World Title? So
yep. Well, hey, get used to seeing MJF face, but I would work the hell out of him this year. He'll be in cage matches, ladder matches, anything I want, I'll throw him through it. Yeah, because I mean, hey, I got you saying you're gonna leave in 2024. You want this big bidding war and everything like that? How about this? I won't bid at all, and I'll just still sell your shirts. And I'll sell you know what I'll do after that? I'll make the best of MJF AEW DVD or whatever, and I'll sell that while he's in WWE.
all right. Moving on. We got this freaking Guevara Gauntlet match. I don't even know why this happening. So already Ricky Starks already beat want to be good looking Angelo Parker. He beat a fat face Menard, so that's out of the way. And then in the crowd, people were saying that was like when Ricky Starks got attacked. People say, "Oh, is that Andrade?" I'm like, "Yo, that is not Andrade. He don't. I know his body type. He don't look like that because we'll get to the reveal in a second, and we already know who it is. But like people are saying that at first on social media, it was Andrade. I'm like, no, stop. That is not Andrade. I'm like, why? What Andrade helped them, and he has beef with our freaking Sammy Guevara. Like, Come on now. So like in the final moments of the in the Daniel Garcia Ricky Starks final match. So Garcia and Sammy Guevara both came out and didn't let Starks know who we faced in the last second. Garcia got a quick attack and controlled nearly at the end of the break. Garcia had the guillotine choke apply off a spear counter, but Starks powered up into a power bomb. Starks went up top. Garcia cut him off with a suplex, held on, but Starks turned into a Northern Lights bomb for a 2. Both men found each other battling on the apron with forearms and slaps until Starks hit a spear on the apron. And as Starks got up, he was caught with a Judas Effect by a masked fan in the crowd. Garcia rolled Starks back into the ring and pinned immediately. That masked man unmasked to be Chris Jericho, as Garcia was acting like they were shot. Okay, first off, the reason I said why this garbage match is happening, because first of all, Ricky Starks already beat Chris Jericho, so why he needs to go through this gauntlet match to have a match with him again? Like it didn't make sense at first, but I understand why they doing this, because they need to build Ricky Starks to be that top babyface, because right now Brian Danielson is that number 1 right now, and then you have number 2, which is going to be which is Ricky Starks. So I understand why they do this. Like they set up with this gauntlet match. It's going to get Ricky Starks over as the babyface, no doubt about it. So Chris Jericho is doing everything he can to make sure that Ricky Starks become that top babyface in AEW.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this was a good look for Ricky Starks or they needed to do this. I mean, it's cool that he beat, a couple of people all at one time, but at the same point in time, I don't know. I don't know. This fell flat for me. I think it fell flat for the crowd as well. But I like that Ricky Starks is a part of Wednesdays now, though. I will give him that. And sometimes you got to do a crappy segment. So I'm happy that he is a part. I think the thing with Chris Jericho was pretty creative. But, did we need all of that? I'm not sure. But they are, like, you're right. They are setting them up for, this big baby face, push. So we will see.
Yep. But going to back to Renee Paquette with the Acclaim backstage. Daddy has said he's going to stay in the back for the tag team title match as Caster approved, but Bowens was a little hesitant before asking Daddy has to scissor him. So a little tension there, but Renee went to the trainer's room to check on Todesi Teska and with Brian Danielson before they hear the door lock and Roosh music hits, and then Roosh made his entrance as MJF walked out soon, and MJF tells Sweet Cheeks Aubrey Edwards, since Brian Danielson is scheduled for a match, she needs to ring the bell to start the match, which Edward did, and then Danielson tried to bust the door, the locked door, while Preston Vance and Jose, the assistant, tried to attack, but Takeshita feeds them off, and Aubrey Edwards was counting slow as possible, while MJF just say, "Count faster, count faster," and then Danielson sprint onto the ring, and then the match was on.
Again, that was really great. I think the whole segment with Renee, when she was talking, I wasn't expecting that door to close or anything. I was expecting just like a regular segment. And then when the door closed, I was like, "Oh, look at that, doing some storytelling before." And then when it came out to the ring, I was like, "Okay, I see what's happening here." Real quick, this match was very brutal. It made Roosh look like a damn monster. And again, here's another week where I'm very afraid of or Brian Danielson's career, or just well-being. because boy, was this a brutal match to watch.
Listen, if this match is not on your match of the year contenders, I don't know what you're watching. I don't know what you're watching. Well, at least in TV matches, for sure. But we still in the beginning of 2023. Our predictions may change once we get to the end of it. But for right now, this match here is definitely a contender in my match of the year candidate. It's definitely.
Yeah, this match was bloody. It was hard hitting. I could feel that Roosh was just physically stronger than Brian. And every time Roosh hit his chest, and then when Brian went to go hit his chest, it just bounced off. It just had like no impact on Roosh's chest. I mean, like he could have took 80 more of those chops and been fine. But every single chop from Roosh to Brian Danielson, boy, did it light his ass up. So yeah, this match made Roosh just look like an absolute beast, a real bull in the ring. Because yeah, it was hard hitting for sure.
Bro, we need to get Andre back with Roosh. That was makes more sense here. That's what needs to happen.
I think Andrade is done with it. I think he just riding out his contract.
But like I said, this match was definitely phenomenal. So like in the final moments, there was a forearm battle that led into a nearly 20 back and forth headbutts as Roosh tried another combat German, but Danielson landed on his feet and hit another Bushi knee to win in an absolute classic. So the 60-minute Iron Man match is confirmed for the main event of Revolution. So MJF quickly hit the ring, plucked Danielson with his Dynamite diamond ring, and then locked in the salt of the earth before he attached security guards, and 3 of those guards couldn't get MJF off the Danielson. So like MJF was right here. He was so trying not to get into this match, but I'm gonna tell you one thing: like those two are gonna have a great Iron Man match at Revolution. So even Danielson said when he came to AEW, he didn't want to win no championships, like none of that. He just want to elevate young talent, and he just want to wrestle. That's it. So I believe that we're gonna get a great Iron Man match at Revolution.
I see that. I see that happening. I agree with that. I think this Iron Man match is going to be something to really watch. Man, I was looking up tickets to San Francisco to see how much they cost. I think I'll catch Revolution. I think that'll be a baller event to go to, but I'm not that baller. Can't afford it. But we was looking it up because I was like, man, San Francisco, they gotta be a fun little. They gotta be a fun time. You know, I don't know how much of a wrestling community San Francisco has, or in that Bay Area, but it'd been cool to go. Trico, we got to sell our movies, man. I want to start going to every AEW pay-per-view event each year, no matter where they are in the country.
Good luck to that.
That's gonna be a goal. I want to be the green shirt guy.
We'll see how that. But good luck for that. Hopefully, you can make that happen. But now that Brian Danielson had finally put in the work, now he needs to just chill out and tell his side of the story. Like, I'm gonna beat you because of what you did to Rigo. So that's why I'm coming out there. Like now we got to get the promos in between the two guys to make it more very hyped up for it. Get this thing.
Yeah, Revolution. I'm looking forward to. I think it's going to be something that's going to. All the pay-per-views always have a nice hype build because their builds are 4 or 5 months, 3 to 4 months at a time. So it's always this great anticipation going into their pay-per-views.
Yeah. So after that, Tony Schiavone was backstage with Brian Quinn and James Murray from the Impractical Jokers. And as Murray had Floyd the Bat from Chris Jericho, who has been on their show. So they on to plug a new season on their show. Jericho isn't getting Floyd back until he responds to them during their show tomorrow night. I know Jericho is pissed. I'm like, my bad. My bad.
Yeah, that's always fun. With I know the Practical Joker guys are wrestling fans. Seen a couple of AEW shirts on their show, but it's always good to have that celebrity involved, especially when it's like funny dudes.
All right, so we got our first championship match of the which Dynamite was called Championship Fight Night, and we had the Elite versus AR Fox and Top Flight for the AEW trios titles. So you're asking how we get here? So Top Flight beat the Young Bucks in a regular tag team match to earn this this opportunity. So like in the final moments in the match, so Fox went for another low main pain onto Nick in the corner, but Omega cut him off with a snapdragon off the ropes. Dana wiped out Omega with a flying lariat as Matt ran wild with super kicks and standing slide and a steady sliced bread. Fox charged, but was dropped with an assist, but more bang for your buck. Nick, with the help of his brother, hit a moonsault to the floor and wiped out Top Flight. And Omega hit Fox with the V trigger and Dr. Boom for 2. Then another V trigger with the one-way angel attempt, which Fly rolled through for 2. And Fox and Omega traded pin attempts before Omega got the pin with another V trigger. So pretty good trios match here. So I wouldn't mind seeing a rematch at Revolution, but if we do get the House of Black, so we gotta start building up to that. So you got 2 options here. You can either do the rematch that we had last night, or have the Elite versus the House of Black at Revolution. That's why I see if they're gonna do the trios tag team title match at Revolution.
I don't know who they're going to be going against at Revolution, but it's got to be somebody. I think House of Black will be a good one. House of Black will make me want to buy a pay-per-view if it's the House of Black versus the Elite. I mean, but I wouldn't want to see Buddy Matthews in the ring with Kenny Omega and the Bucks for a minute. So yeah, that would make me want to definitely buy a ticket to that show, because that'd be a hell of a trios match.
Yeah, definitely. That's going to be a great match to see. And then Letinair was backstage with Stokely Hathaway, who said there are no cracks in the firm. All the problems stems from Hook, who walked up behind Hathaway and put him in an armbar. Nair pleaded for him to let him go, as he told him to be cautious of his words. So like, be careful what you say around Hook, because you might get your arm broke.
Yeah, he might get taken out.
So we got our lineup for Rampage Friday. We got the Blackpool Combat Club, John Moxley, Claudio, and Willie Yuta take on Butcher and the Blade, and Kip Sabian. Oh, forgot to mention that the Butcher cut his hair. I'm like, wow. And then Jungle Boy Jack Perry will be in action. Ruby Soyo faces off against Marita Shafir. And then we'll hear from the ROH Tag Team Champion, Mark Briscoe. He's going to be making his Rampage debut there. And then more matches will be announced on not only on Rampage, but then a match will be announced for Dynamite next week. On Rampage.
It sucks that it took them for Jay to pass away to let the Briscoes on TV, but it is what it is.
All right. Main event. The Guns challenging the Acclaim for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. But didn't really care too much in the match, but the final moments and the aftermath is what really matters. So, Bowens tried to discuss forearm on Austin, who pulled the ref in front of him, and the ref bumped outside of the ring. Austin hit a quick draw of Bowens, grabbed the title, but Billy Gunn hit the ring. He shoved Bowens out of the way, and Colton hit his spotter with the AEW Tag Team title belt. Bowens hit the arrival of Austin, and Caster hit the mic drop, but there was no ref. Colton sent Caster into the railing, and Colton almost broke up the pin attempt by the groggy referee. And Bowens tried to roll up, but it was sent into the ropes, where he was clocked by Colton with the title belt, and then Austin got the pin, and the referee slowly counted the 3, and then, oh my God, not only we had new AEW World Tag Team Champions, but the fans was booing the crap out of this. Like, they hated it. And then afterwards, the Guns stare down the Acclaim and their father from the ramp as new champs. Music just awkwardly stopped, and Caster, Bowens, and Guns just stood there until the Acclaim music played at the end of the show. I'm like, man. But I got some notes here on why they went with this route. Now, I did predict it last week that we might get AEW World Tag Team Champions, and which we did. But some of my predictions did not come true, in which that I thought we were going to see a turn for Billy Gunn, which it didn't happen. But it can still happen at Revolution. But now you got to tell us why you decided to give the tag team title to the Guns now. So now they're in this awkward situation with the Guns there and the Acclaim. Now for sure, we're gonna get a rematch at Revolution. Now it's just a matter of where Billy Gunn is gonna stand. Is he gonna help the Acclaim retain the tag team titles, even though the Guns might be a transitional champion by the time we get to Revolution? Or are we gonna see that turn? And then the Guns gonna retain the titles, and then we go back to the FTR storyline, and then that's where FTR going to take the belts off the Guns. So one thing for sure, we know that the Guns is either going to be losing to the Acclaim or FTR. We don't know what's happening, so that's why I feel they got the tag team titles there. But what do you think about this?
Man, oh man, was the people in El Paso, Texas last night upset, and a lot of AEW fans in general. Yeah, I see why, but I mean, like, it's professional wrestling. Like, like they're going to like have that match where they can get a chance to get it back. It's why aren't the ass boys? Why y'all think it's not deserving? You know what I mean? Like, the ass boys have been out here for a minute too. So let's, it's like that situation where first off, you can't make your audience happy all the time. Sometimes you got to make them mad because they need to tune in to see if you fix it or see if they can get that back right. So I mean, you can't always make your audience happy all the time. Making people mad is also an emotion they need to feel too. So I mean, I get it. Yeah, I'm not happy with it, but it is what it is, and we'll go from there.
I mean, if you think about it, the Acclaim is already over, just based off the Sesame catchphrase, because I feel that the Acclaim is like the AEW's version of the New Day.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it like that, I mean, you, in order to be a 2-time champion, you got to lose it.
So yeah, but that's how I feel about it. But like I said, either two scenarios going to happen. either the Acclaim are going to regain the titles at Revolution, or FTR is going to take the titles off of the Guns. So that's where I stand.
I mean, yeah, I mean, like I said, it's just gonna make everyone want to for Acclaim to get the bells back, you know. So yeah, I wasn't happy with it. You know, it was a shocker, to say the least, but I do want to see Acclaim get it back. I want to see them fight more, so we can, you know, try to fix that wrong. It's gonna be now, but now, you know, you never know. You know, Ass Boys might come out and do a hell of a promo next week that's gonna, you know, everyone laugh and have a good time with. So I mean, it's not like they can't, you know. Let's not take anything away from the Ass Boys because they've been putting their work, they've been getting better, and they've been, you know, working hard. So you know, um, it's not like they don't deserve it.
Yeah, but yeah. Other than that, great Dynamite last night. I think I think the MJF versus Kakecha match, and then also the Brian Danielson and Roosh match were the two matches highlight of the night, and then also the ending of the main event was also the highlight for for Dynamite last night as well. So, like I said, these next couple weeks, it's time to start building up matches for Revolution right now. We already know what the main event is. It's the 60-minute Iron Man match. So depends on how many matches is gonna be put on. Revolution might go on to maybe 2 o'clock to 2 o'clock in the morning. We don't know. We don't know how many matches is going to be put on Revolution, but we'll see.
Yeah, they've been doing good, like with their like pacing. You know, sometimes they went a little bit too long, but lately they've been going good with their pacing. So, yeah, we'll see how long this one is. But we'll definitely be able to do a review Revolution as well, March 5th. So we'll just yeah, see how they do need to work on something with the Samoa Joe and Wardlow storyline. Like I know it's history there, but he was gone for a minute, so they do need to start, you know, amping that up for sure.
Yeah, but well, we'll see it. We'll see how that goes from there. But that's our Dynamite review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And so Leah, anything you want to plug in before we wrap up?
Yeah, man. I got we got Empathy coming out in May. We got Anthony Agogo in that movie. I just showed Trico a little bit of a clip. Trico, what you think about it so far?
Woo! I am loving it.
Yes, sir. We got Anthony Gogo doing what he does best, man. So I can't wait to show everyone else. But yeah, Empathy in May. If you want to know more about Empathy, definitely go to our Facebook, Empathy Film, or go to our Instagram, Empathy Film, and check it out. Follow up with it. We got trailers coming out soon. So it's a whole bunch of stuff moving ahead and forward as we get ready for our premiere of Empathy.
Yeah, absolutely. We can't wait for y'all to see this to see our masterpiece, and and then we'll keep you guys informed on the release date and other promotion that is gonna be happening. But other than that, he is Leland and I'm Trico, and we're signing off.
Peace.